Welcome to the jet age, said the German high command. Hello and welcome, dear skill modelers, to my small hobby YouTube channel. My name is Toma, and today we're going to be looking at another kit. This time we're going to be looking at an Eduard kit, the HE280. It's coming. Here it is. This is a very simple, easy kit to build, and it's a new release 2018. Yay! This is their Profi Pack solution to building a kit, which means it has goodies inside such as photo etch parts, and as you will see in the near future when I open the box up, they are beautifully done. I always say beautifully done. I always say that. Basic information on the part. So this right there is a 2018 release of Eduard's 148 scale HE280. First jet engine plane. Yeah, from Nazi Germany. The plane itself has around 70 parts, not including the photo etch stuff, which is mainly just cockpit. It is around 217 millimeters long, and it has a wingspan of 250 millimeters. Let's dive into the information on the plane itself and then into the box. Henkel HE280 was the world's first jet fighter. It was a single-seat, double-engine jet fighter with nose-type landing gear and an injection seat. The first non-powered flight was on September 22, 1940, and the first flight was with HES-8A engines was March 30, 1941. The HE280 was introduced to RLM or Reichsluftfahrtministerium officers 3 days later. The V3 prototype was flown on July 5, 1942. The V1 prototype was later tested with Argus AS-14 engines, also used as the V1 missile engine. During these trials, the pilot had to use the ejection seat to leave an out-of-control aircraft due to heavy icing on the aircraft. It was the first injection in history. The V2 prototype was tested with Jumo 004 engines. The V7 and V8 were used as gliders for a new tail design and high-speed research. Altogether, 9 prototypes were built, which 3 of them were jet engine powered. The project was stopped in 1942 because the Me-262 had priority. Maximum speed at the sea level was 730 kilometers. Fully loaded, it weighed 4.3 tons. Empty weight 3.2 tons. The maximum speed at 6,000 meters was 770 kilometers. It had a wingspan of 12 meters, a length 10.4 meters, and the height of 3.10 meters. Okie dokie, so let's just show you the box real quick. So you can see the art on the box, very nicely printed and presented. There's a little date here, 2018, by this guy or this girl. I don't know how it's said. Anyway, this is the box on all sides. And on the back there's basically nothing. So let's just look inside. Before I continue, let me just say that I've already opened up this box and took out all those plastic sprues from their plastic bags. Actually, you get the whole main sprues in the big plastic bag, and then there's the clear parts in the separate ones. Those I left inside. So let's look inside. Right. So the first thing that you can see is the canopy. The canopy is in its own plastic bag, and you have the ability to have it in 2 types, closed or open. You also have this little light thing here that goes on the wing, and yeah, it's nice, not as sharp as maybe like an airfix stuff, but it's still subtle and fully detailed, and no streaks, no any imperfections, I would say. Very nicely done part. The main sprues that come in one big ginormous bag, and Eduard kits are known to be very beautifully crafted. The panel lines on these things are not as prominent as like on an Airfix, like very deep and sharp. They're subtle, but they're nicely presented. The wings have lots of nice panel lines. The wheels come in two parts, so you have to glue them together, you know, and the tires are fully inflated, so you don't have like the squished version if you choose to put the plane on the ground, which is kind of a shame, but you know, you can't be too picky. This sprue basically has the upper and lower wings portions, as well as some of the interior cockpit. I think this is like a dividing wall, and the arm that holds the front wheel, because there's a front wheel in the nose of the plane. So yeah, that's just basically one sprue. Not a lot of parts, you can see it's less beautiful plastic. This second sprue contains basically the two parts of the fuselage, as well as some wing area for a tail section, and the majority of the cockpit interiors, like, you know, some levers and joysticks and stuff, and of course the jet engine parts, which go on each side of the aircraft. Again, not a lot of parts, but nicely presented, good detail. Even the cockpit here, although you do have the photo etch stuff, as you'll see, there is raised detail on the instrument panel if you don't choose to put the photo etch stuff on. So yeah, very beautifully done. Right, the last sprue. The last sprue is basically two halves of the engines. This is just the whole left and right assembly of the engine. Again, not a lot of parts. The detail is there. Again, you have to kind of take a very close look at the detail, and of course you can do the magic with your coloring, when you're painting it. You can put like panel wash inside the lines, and they will pop out and will be beautiful. Moving along, there's just some localized instructions which we are not interested in. Here inside the manual, I've put the goodies. So the first thing we'll see here, of course, is the photo etch stuff. And this is really nice. I mean, wow, the photo etch stuff is printed on, and it has you have like the raised detail on the cockpit instruments and all of these panels. It's really beautiful. You can see the belt buckles and the the left hand side of the instrument panel, the foot pedals. Wow, the switches and knobs, and it's wow, very beautiful. So this thing I'm not gonna take out from the bag. It's basically just masking tape for the canopy, for the light on the wing, and I think there's a circle somewhere. Yeah, there's circles. I guess they're for like the landing gear. So if you're painting the circles in different color, this is gonna be very super useful. So the decals, I took them out from the plastic bag. They come in a plastic bag. So these are the basic German insignias from that period. You will see that there is no swastika, which is kind of annoying. I don't really know why they don't put it there. I mean, I know it's a whole Germany and Nazi and stuff, but it's a plane from that period. It should be with those markings. That's my opinion anyway, but you know, people have their own opinions. There are like 3 types of markings for different types of plane: the V2, V3, and the V8. And then of course we have, interestingly, if you don't put the photo etch stuff on the interior, I guess you can just put a decal on the cockpit. So you have like the instruments here. Decals are nicely printed, clear, sharp, exquisite. So yeah, and they're big, and there's not many of them, so you know, you don't lose a lot of hair putting them on. So I guess it's all good. Okay, the last thing, of course, like in any kit, there is the manual. So this is the basic information on the front, which you heard me read. And then we open up inside, and we see all the sprues and the little things that are not supposed to be used. They're marked in blue. And then, of course, the assembly thing. And here you see like I said, you know, the masking tape for the cockpit, the canopy and the wing, and of course, yeah, the circles are for the wheels. And then you have the 3 paint schemes for the plane, depending on which type you build up. And I mean, the paint scheme is basically the same. They're just the markings are different from different periods, from different test flights. Some of them failed, some of them were more successful. But yeah, those are the three things. And of course, some Focke-Wulf information about the back. So that's all she wrote. Right, guys, so that was the Eduard's kit in its entirety, beauty and glory. I think that this kit could be built by just about anyone. If you don't want to use the photo etch parts, you don't have to. There's nobody say that you have to. But if you want to do like a very cool interior and show it off, wow, people are going to be blown away. Eduard is known for making accessories for various planes, so you can check them out on their webpage. They have like a ton of stuff for, you know, other kits, Tamiya, Atelier, I think, and even Airfix and all other kinds. There's like so many stuff, and they do also have their own kits as well, and they sell them on their store. They're pretty cheap compared to some other kits out there, and they are exquisitely done. So that is it from me for now. I hope you enjoy this review, the unboxing, and I'll see you again soon. Oh yeah, please subscribe, check that bell thing on the bottom to give you a notification every time I upload. I usually upload on Saturdays. This day is a little exception because I had stuff to do. But yeah, once a week, definitely check me out. Bye bye.